All right, Makai Lemon, man, was brought up by Emmanuel Acho. I think he was trying to lean people into saying that Makai Lemon will be a bust. And I think that's a little overblown. He gave really widespread, like he went from Jalen Rager to Smitty, and he had to pick one of them who he thought that Makai Lemon would be. And from Jalen Rager to Smitty, he is a much different wide receiver than either one of these guys. So we're gonna talk about the video. We're gonna watch the video in which he said it, and um, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on it because I don't want to dive too deep into it right now. We'll talk about it later. Makai Leonard also talked about the Steelers um, doing the definition of tampering in the draft when he was being drafted. I think a fan or something asked him how was the draft for him, and he talked about it in depth about the tampering calls and why he was a little confused about the Steelers calling him when they called him, and why he was confused about when the Eagles hit him up because he didn't know the Eagles were on the clock. So he's going to talk about that, and I got that video. On top of that, since we're on wide receivers right now, Smitty, um, Smitty has a very big opportunity, a super big opportunity, and I'm gonna kind of put it in perspective because it's very similar to what a maybe a on the road to a legend is doing. Different position, but kind of the same situation where a walk in to be a legend pretty much went through in his career. And Smitty has the chance to do the same thing. I don't think that Smitty needs any other accolades other than the accolades he's acquired so far. But this right here puts him up at the tippy top when he has a good year this year. Uh, and I'm gonna explain why Smitty is perfect for Philly. Like his mindset for this current team, and the mindset of this team and what they're trying to build about this team is he's the epitome of it. Smith is very talented, and I'm trying not to go into it as much as I want to, but Smith is very talented, and how he views successful careers is the same way Jalen Hurts views successful careers. So that's why he fits in like a perfect puzzle piece in the current Philadelphia Eagles team we got now. We're going to talk about Vic Fangio going on to the exciting mics. Vic Fangio went on to the exciting mics, and it's just so funny that people thought that he was gone. It was like big. It was a really big topic about Vic Fangio really not wanting to coach anymore, and he really couldn't shed it off. I got a video showing Vic Fangio just not out of coach mode. Exciting mics is as if you hadn't seen it, it's Cooper Jean, it's Reed Blankenship. They decided to keep it going, even with Reed Blankenship on the Houston Texans. And they had on the very first guest they had on Vic Fangio. And while Cooper Jean and Reed Blankenship was going back and forth about a particular topic, Vic Fangio was straight in coach mode, and I thought it was pretty hilarious that he can't really turn it off. I don't even know why people thought he quit and he'd be like this. So I have that video we're gonna watch together. And while we're talking Cooper DeJean, there was a fan who kind of pressed Cooper DeJean about his relationship with a Dallas Cowgirls cheerleader, literally Dallas Cowgirls cheerleader. So and he spoke about that, and it kind of debunked the kind of it getting in the way of him being a really good football player. And I'm gonna show that video. Also, Andrew McCuba, uh, Marcus Epps, and was it Andre Sam, and the rookie we got, Capel Gustre. I'm not even gonna try to say his name. The rookie we got this year at safety, all of them was in California, and they were working out together, getting ready for the season. We're what 70 something days away. I want to say like 70 something days, but we're like 70 something days away from our football, and um, they're working like we're playing next week. So I got something I'm gonna show y'all there. Reek Woolen. Reek Woolen has been the star of the off season for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's been making plays after plays after plays on some really really good receivers. He made plays on Smitty. He made plays on Dontavian Wicks. Um, he's yet to match up against Mekhi Lemon. I would love to see what that's like, but he's just been all over the field. He made a play on a tight end, Dallas Goddard, I think it was. He made a play on Dallas Goddard, and he's just been making plays. And he was with Keely Ringo in Florida, and they were training together. And I'm praying that some of what he's been going, some of the magic that Rick Woolen has been doing so far, rubs off on Keely Ringo because Keely Ringo is still on the Philadelphia Eagles. I want him to be good. I have kind of given up on him being a corner, but if he can somehow surprise us and be a very good corner for us, that is perfect. That is perfect. It'll make that draft pick worth his while. Um, Last topic, Jalen Carter. Talk about being traded, and I just don't believe you give up somebody like Jalen Carter. So let's get right. Let's get into the Mekhi Lemon deal. Emmanuel Acho, he's very negative when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles. Man, I swear to God, this is the most negative. Like he played for the team as a linebacker. I'm not going to attack his career. I'm not going to attack what he did on the football field because he's probably a better. I guess he's an analyst. I guess he's a better analyst than he was a football player. So I'm not going to attack his career. I just don't know what his issue is with the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like we gave him a shot, to be in the football. I mean, to play football, and it just seems like he hates us, like he wants the worst for us. Much like his host, the young guy with the very light skinned fella with the curly hair. He might have cut it, but I don't really watch him much. But sometimes I'll see him come along, and I'll see some take he done got, and it's always negative. So I'm gonna play.
Mekhi Lemon more likely to be, and Kieran, I should know this, Eagles first round picks, a wide receiver, last 8 years. I think Smitty and I think Jalen Reagor. Mekhi Lemon more likely to be Smitty or Jalen Reagor? Serious question, because I think we're starting to have some unfair conversations about Mekhi Lemon. If Zachariah Branch stays at USC, I'm not convinced we're having Mekhi Lemon conversations. From a pure physical ability perspective, Zachariah Branch, you looked at him at SC and you go special. Mekhi Lemon, you look at him in USC and you go productive. There's a difference. So I'm just being honest. Y'all know me, I keep it a bean in here. Like, I'm not. Anyway, answer the question, T. More likely Smitty or more likely Reagor?
He's not going to be a bust. He's too good of a football player. As a receiver, there's some things he's going to have to work on. He's not going to be a bust.
It seemed to me that he was trying to get TJ Houshmandzadeh, that the range of which he's asking a rookie to come in and do. He didn't say rookie Devontae Smith. He said Devontae Smith career or Jalen Reagor. And Jalen Reagor was really, really bad for this Philadelphia Eagles team. I think he was a first round pick, but he was really bad for this team. To come out and just call this man a bust. These two receivers are totally different receivers. Jalen Reagor to Smitty are totally different receivers. Jalen Reagor to Mekhi Lemon are different receivers. Mekhi Lemon to Smitty, they're still different receivers. That question was so unfair to Mekhi Lemon because he's asking you to choose the outcome of a guy who ain't even stepped on the field yet. You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe he talks or he calls any. I don't like I said I don't watch a show, but I'm very confident that he hadn't called anybody else first round pick a bust, but he did for the Eagles. I don't know what his problem is, brother. I figure maybe he likes the fans to engage. He knows that we're not gonna take kindly to that. I'm gonna put a video up and I'm gonna talk about it. Where somebody else gonna look at it and I guess he get a chain reaction, maybe to get himself some clicks. But I think Makai Lemon comes and be Makai Lemon. Nobody else but Makai Lemon. We seen what he came with in the draft. I think this kid will be fine. He's not asked to come in here and be the number one target. I don't even believe that he'll come in here and be the number two target. I believe that he'll come in here, he'll be maybe the number three. He'll run special teams, which he was really good at in college. And, he'll probably be very good at it in the NFL. So, Makai Lemon will be fine, man. And it's crazy that he wanted to put that much pressure on this kid as if he didn't have enough as a first round pick. Moving on to another receiver with Smitty, man. Smitty was also in the conversation of Emmanuel Acho. And Emmanuel Acho, I'm sorry. Makai Lemon talked about the tampering that the Steelers did. And I believe that we should get something for that if there's no penalty to the Steelers. Now, if there's a penalty to the Steelers, okay, that's good enough. But he talked about this. This is tampering at its finest.
What was they saying about the didn't somebody trade up the
Hell yeah. The Eagles traded up when I was on the phone with
So who was supposed to get you?
with Pittsburgh. But like Pittsburgh called me before they pick. They called me around. I meant like a team early. So like a team is on the clock, right? As soon as the Pittsburgh time, you know what I'm saying, on the clock, then they can call you. They called me when their time wasn't even on.
Damn.
So they try to do like some, you know what I'm saying, some slick shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, that's crazy.
That is exactly what tampering is. The rules of drafting, you can't even talk to this person. You can't talk to none of the picks until you're on the clock. They were not on the clock, and they had called way before time. We were on the clock, and we couldn't even get into to Makai Lemon's line because the Steelers were on it. So I think something should be done for it. If it was us, something would be done of it. So I don't think that they should take this lightly. Do exactly what you would have done to the Philadelphia Eagles had that been us tampering. So that's how I feel about that situation. Let me know how you feel. Smitty. Smitty has a chance to be something like this Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre thing. When the Packers moved on from Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers was brought in, and they felt like he was ready. Nobody else knew or believed that they were doing the right thing. But they won a championship behind Aaron Rodgers. We actually have our championship with Smitty. But if you look at it, A.J. Brown is left. And now Smitty gets to go and be a number one. And a lot of people, including myself, believe that he was a number one before A.J. Brown left. Now, for everybody who did not watch Smitty and like a Philadelphia Eagle fan would, nobody who who watched Smitty like we did will probably say that he's a number one. But we know that Smitty it can be a number one. And in the beginning of last season, he was starting to do that. But we started force feeding AJ Brown, and it didn't take like when it was organically going to Devontae Smith. I don't think they drew up these plays for Devontae Smith. I just believe Devontae Smith was open a lot. And the numbers prior to us force feeding AJ Brown dictated that he was just open a lot. And also this is what gives me a lot of hope with watching Smitty. There's been plenty of times Smitty has been open and the ball never came his way. that ain't something he go and take back to the line. Like even with the situation where they was miscommunicated, like he thought that he was supposed to run this route, and then Jalen Hurts was believing that he was gonna sit down on the route, and they went over, they talked about it, and they got that play together, and it might not never happen again. Smitty said this that gives me all the hope in the world that he's going to be the best number one in the NFC East. I'm going to say number one in the NFC East. There's no wide receiver in the NFC East that I believe is better than Smitty. And this is why.
2 times in 4 years. Let's keep this going, man. Let's keep this going, man. Love you too.
The ultimate goal for Smitty is to win. When he came in, when they like when he re-signed his contract, he had an interview where the lady was like, "Why not go somewhere where you'll get a lot of targets?" And Smitty says straight off the back, like, "I want to go where I got family and I'm going to win. I'm trying to compete every year for a championship." That is important to him. That is important to him. So, and it's important to us. It's important to the team. And when team members see their number one receiver, that's what important to them. They're going to fall in line. Everybody's going to go in the same direction. All right. Coach Vic Fangio was on Exciting Mics. And Reed Blankenship looks like he has the Eagles, I think Christmas Eve or something like that, marked on his calendar. He can't wait to come play us. And Vic Fangio had this to say.
But I'll see you Christmas Eve, though.
Why, do we play you then?
Yeah, we come up to Philly.
I'm focused on our opener. And you better be too.
Welcome back to Exciting Mics, connected with Xfinity. I'm Cooper DeJean.
And I'm Reed Blankenship.
Our first guest of the season is a living legend. He's coached in the NFL for 40 plus years. Shoot, that's more years than Reed and Lucy have even been alive together.
Yeah, that's crazy. But he's coached for 10 NFL teams, including the Houston Texans and obviously the Eagles. He's gone from a Dunmore High School QB to father of one of the most popular defensive schemes in modern football to Super Bowl champion, to the first guest on season 2 of the Exciting Mics. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Coach Vic Fangio.
Don't give Reed too much so he can take it back.
You might as well just cut me out of this section.
He's got his hands full in Houston. No, he's paying attention, but I always got something to say.
I feel like that's that Southern in you.
Are you single, Coop?
So that's something his coach will tell you in like the media room. Hey, don't worry about them. We got number one. We got week 1 going on. We worry about week 1. Don't think about all that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, Vic, I love that from Vic. He's old school. He's old school, straight to the point. You'll know what's going on in Vic's mind. Even in the press conferences and stuff, you know what's going on in Vic's mind. You don't have to really like weigh what he's trying to say because he's going to say it. While we're on the Exciting Mics, Cooper DeJean was pressed by a fan, by a Philadelphia Eagles fan, wondering if this relationship would interrupt how he plays on Sundays for the Philadelphia Eagles, and he said this.
Hey, Coop. My name's Erica. Love you. XOXO. But I was just wondering, how did you and Abby Summers meet? And I want to know if there's a conflict of interest given that she is a cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, this is
That
juicy.
seems like it could be messy. I don't know. Let me know. Can't wait to see you. Bye.
This is juicy.
So we're doing this now, Bob. Yeah, how did we meet? We had known about each other for some time, and then we happened to be both in Florida at the same time during the national championship game. Met her down there, and then I believe the next weekend was the Super Bowl, and she was out at the Super Bowl, so we had hung out there a couple times, and then yeah, it was kind of just after that we just kept seeing each other, hanging out. I don't really think it's a conflict of interest. I mean, there's no like it's not like we both play football.
I agree, man. I don't too much care about him dating the cowgirls cheerleader, man. I don't too much care, man. If he cool, he playing well, I don't sway me no way. I don't even think he had to break it down, but he did, and he don't think it's a big deal, and it seems like that. Seems like he's not trying to hide it purposely if people don't know the whole story. So. Why are we on defensive backs, man? Tyreek Woodley and Keely Ringo worked out in Florida together. And hopefully, whatever Keely Ringo and Rick Woolen is going and they're working on, hopefully it rubs off on Keely Ringo. Because I want Keely Ringo to be good, man. And he has all the tools. I've said this in many videos. He has all the tools to be good. He just got to figure out how to put that together. I don't know if it's confidence. I think Vic said something about his confidence. And Rick Woolen, there's no bigger confidence maybe than Rick Woolen. Oh, maybe Quinyon Mitchell. You know, Quinyon Mitchell probably a bigger confidence than Rick Woolen, but that's still good to have. To figure out how to do that. If Keely Ringo can just get the mindset of how to be a corner, I think he'd be fine. And that'll be great for the team because now we don't have to get rid of him. He's a great special team player. Then he'll back up Rick Woolen or Quinyon Mitchell. So hopefully he figure it out. Andrew McCouba, Marcus Epps, Andre Sam, and the rookie, Kaepernick. I'm not even gonna do that to myself. The rookie we got this year, trained together in California. I think Andrew McCouba comes in and he's told these guys, he said, "Man, wait till I figure this thing out." I think in the middle of the season, he started figuring it out. After the injury, in which sidelined him for the rest of the season, I think he had already had it figured out. He's just been to showcase it now, and he has a whole camp. He had a whole camp. He recovered, and I think now he gets to show us what he's been working on. Marcus Epps, he was really good. I don't know why people are missing the fact that he was so good. He was really good for us. And him and Marcus Epps, I think, is a great duo for our safeties. Andre Sam was somebody that I think Big Van Joe really, really likes. And he'd be a solid backup. This rookie will probably be like a special teamer. He probably never really touch the field like that, which is fine with me. We need more special team guys anyway. But he tackles really well and he comes downhill really well. And with Marcus Epps, he does all those things. With Andrew McCouba, he does all those things. But Andrew McCouba, out of all of the safeties, it's just very, very rangy. He's just very rangy. Let's get to our final topic. Jalen Carter, with everybody's talking so much about Jalen Carter, and he should be getting traded and the things like that. I just don't get it to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a 25-year-old who is so disruptive. Now, he don't have all the sacks. He don't have all the sacks. And I think somebody reminded me that in the last video when I posted something about Jalen Carter. But if you look at how many times this man is being held on play in and play out, Big Van Joe has noticed. The Eagles have noticed. And now they've did something with the referees where people can call it in the booth. He's going to get so many holding calls this year. Most of the plays that he has made as a Philadelphia Eagle has been after he's been held. And the plays that he's so close to making are plays where he's being held. You have Jordan Davis, who's somebody who's coming to his own, and now he's demanding double teams. You have Jalen Carter, who's under contract. This is his last year playing through this year under contract. And at 25 years of age, he has been disruptive till now. Even if his ceiling is crazy high, but his low is what his shoulders looked like last season. Even last season, he was very, very disruptive. He didn't have the game that we wanted him to have against the Cowgirls, but that is the only game that I was very disappointed to see him play in was that game. Outside of that Cowgirls game, this man is a force to be reckoned with. And he will make $33 million a year plus next year. That is all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so y'all won't miss no video. And we out. Let's go, Birds.